how's everyone doing today? Good. We'll go ahead and stand up. Thank you guys for allowing me to be here. It's such a blessing. Honestly, truly, this is what life is all about. Coming together and just helping each other grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. And the fact that we're all here wanting to learn is such a blessing. So we're going to start with some affirmations. So I'm going to say I am. You guys are going to say grateful. I am confident. I am an overachiever. We're going to repeat that twice and then we're going to get a break after. Okay? So I'm going to say I am. You guys will say grateful. Ready? I am
grateful.
I am confident. I am overachiever. We got one more time. I am
grateful.
I am
confident.
I am
an overachiever.
Thank you. Alright, so now we're going to get a break. We're going to say athletics for all on 3. Okay? Athletics for all on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Athletics for all.
Oh, it's a blessing. We're here today. Every day we get to wake up. It's such a blessing. It's an opportunity for us to grow. Just you got to live with excitement. So my name's Nunez, founder of Athletics for All. And we're here to empower and just pursue and just empowering everyone to prosper and pursue a healthy lifestyle through fitness, health, and community. Okay? 3 key points I want you guys to get out of this talk is that family.
You guys can sit down.
Family. You guys can sit down. I get super excited. So she's singing in the mornings. But number 1, family is everything. Having a strong support system is so important because nothing worth doing can be done alone. Number 2, turn your test into your testimony. The obstacles we go through, the heartbreaks we go through, are only preparing us for something greater to come. And number 3, as leaders of our community, it is our responsibility to get others around us to tap into their strength so they can help us spread the message and spread awareness. Life is happening for us, not to us. If you guys ever work so hard for something where you put your time, your dedication, your consistency, your blood, sweat, and tears, and everything's going so well, and you're just like, man, God is good. Thank you so much. And just, it's going your way, and then all of a sudden, something out of your control, something you weren't aware of, just completely breaks you down. Well, guess what? It not only happened to me, well, not just happened to you, it happens to everyone. It's part of life, it's part of the journey, but it's only preparing us for something greater to come. So, AFA, what are we here? What are we here to do? Okay. At the age of 5, I remember coming to the United States from Mexico. At the age of 5, my little brother was 4, and I remember getting dropped off at my grandma's house, taken away from my parents. I was 5, he was 4, and we were standing in front of the fence, just crying and crying, wondering, just filled with curiosity and wondering, where could they be? Where are they at? They can't just leave us, take us away from them. And we were just constantly crying. But day turned to a week turned to 2 weeks, 2 weeks turned into a month. And after a month, I realized I had to be the source of encouragement, that source of hope, not only for myself, but for my brother. And after that month, I knew I had to believe. And then finally, after a month passed, I remember seeing my mom and dad come, getting dropped off in the driveway. And when I saw them, we jumped over the fence and we ran straight to them and just gave them the biggest hug possible. And at that moment, I knew that family was everything. I knew family, having a strong support system is the only way. From there, we got settled, and just the thought of just seeing my mom and dad work consistently over time, just committing their life to me and my siblings, I knew I had to find a way to pay them back. So what did I do? I made them a promise. Not only to myself, but to them. And I told them I would get a football scholarship, and that would be my way of paying them back for all the hard work and consistency. So from 7th grade year to my sophomore year at community college, that's all I did. I played football. I dedicated my life to this because I wanted to get that full ride scholarship so they wouldn't have to pay any money from their pockets. Everything was going great. Getting a bunch of awards, first team all league, MVP of the league. God was good. Everything was going as planned. Then one question in my senior year made the difference. I was doing my FAFSA financial aid application, and it said, "What's your social security number?" And I was lost. I was like, "Okay, Mom, what's my social security number?" She answers me, "You don't have one." I was like, "What do you mean I don't have one?" She's like, "Yeah, you were born in Mexico, you're undocumented. I was like, okay, it's okay. Let me talk to my coaches, let me talk to my teachers, see what we can do. And they were just as lost. It's like they've never been through this situation. So their best advice was like, just go to a community college, try to get that scholarship, and we'll go from there. So I go to a community college, and it's the same. I started both years, got all conference, everything was going good. A lot of my teammates were like, Jose, you're such an amazing athlete, you're gonna go D1, you're gonna get a full ride scholarship. But in the back of my head, I'm just thinking like, man, you guys have no idea. Maybe this is all just gonna go to waste, who knows? But I stayed strong, and I continued to work hard and just be consistent. And I remember my sophomore year, all of my teammates getting offers, getting talked to by the coaches. A lot of coaches would come down with me, and they would talk to me, and they're like, you're the perfect fit for our team, blah, blah, blah. And then I would tell them my situation. I don't have a California ID, I don't have a work permit, I can't leave the States, what can we do? Instantly, they just lost interest and just never heard back from them. I was like, okay, no worries. But at the end of the season, I saw that all my teammates were getting scholarships. They were all getting looked at. And that's when it hit me. That's when I knew this just wasn't the route I was meant to take. So I was broken, I was destroyed, and I was lost. And for a year or two, I turned to fitness, and then I started smoking weed 2-3 times a day, just lost, completely destroyed. How can you work so hard for something, and then a situation you weren't aware of, just completely break you down and destroy you? I was lost. And for a year, I was just working out and just smoking, working out, smoking. That's all I did. Thankfully, this thing called DACA, which Stella described earlier, Deferred Action Childhood Arrival, allows us undocumented students who graduated K-12 and stayed away from trouble, allowed us to have a California ID. It allowed us to have a driver's license. Like, this was such a blessing. It's like someone just pressed like reset button on my life. The fact that I was able to drive legally, the fact that I was able to apply to a regular job, like, it was such a blessing. And I grabbed that opportunity and I just took full advantage of it. During this moment, once I got the work permit, I got a job, I got certified as a trainer, and I started working at a small gym called Triad Fitness. And there's this guy there, his name was Eric, and he just consistently bugged me. He's like, Jose, come to church with me. Jose, come to my youth ministry. And I'm like, no. I stayed away. And most of the time I was high, so I was always trying to hide away from him. But through his consistency, he saw something in me that I didn't know I had, potential. And after 6 months of him just bugging me, he planted a seed, and I finally said yes. When I said yes, we went to this conference called World Mandate West in San Diego. And when I went to the conference, one of the speakers, I remember this clearly, he says, the whole purpose of life is for us to tap into our strengths, our God-given gifts, and use those gifts to inspire people and make a difference. When I heard that, it stayed in my head, and I went back home, I went back to the gym. I was like, what am I good at? What do I value most? I enjoy fitness, family is everything, and I love encouraging others. So I went back to the gym, and I noticed that everyone would come in and just with their earphones on, work out by themselves, and just leave. There was no community, there was no fellowship, it seemed boring. They would just come in and leave. So I knew I had to create something. I knew I had to create a platform, a space where everyone can come together, just be themselves, and pursue a healthy lifestyle. Because truly, life is all about building relationships. And I remember just taking action. You know what I'm gonna do? AFA, Athletics for All, for everyone. So I remember having my first boot camp class. I had it outdoors. I was like, this is gonna be perfect, the perfect place where people can just come together and just build relationships and just meet new people. So I had my first boot camp class. It was at 8 in the morning. I was there at 7:15. Brought out all the dumbbells from my car and put them there. And at 7:15, I was so ready to go. And then 16 people showed up. I was like, yes, 16 people. That's 16 people that believe in my idea, that believe in my dream. But guess what? Out of those 16 people, 10 of them were family members. And when I saw that, I knew that family was everything, and I knew I had to incorporate my family values into what Athletics for All needed to be. So when you have an idea, you plant the idea, and you want to nourish that idea consistently day after day. You got to take courage. You got to have faith. You got to get uncomfortable, and you got to get other people to understand and believe the dream just as much as you do. And through being consistent and taking courage, this is what happens. Over 70 people within 1 year. That was the first day, and this was 4th of July. But how did we get from here to here? We did 4 different ways. We had our Saturday group training, we had our community outreach and gatherings, and we had our apparel, as you can see, everyone went blue shirts, and then we used social media, okay? The amazing thing about AFA training, we meet up here every Saturday, and the cool thing about this, when I saw people high-fiving, giving smiles, all while going through a challenging workout, I knew I was up to something. And the fact that we can get people from different cities, different body types, different ages, like the oldest person in our group, she's 54, the youngest one's 18. The fact that there's different ages coming together, working out together, just to pursue a healthy lifestyle was such an amazing feeling. Another good thing about this is we reach out to local gyms and we partner up with them. So they've allowed us, there's this new gym called 212 Training Center. They allow us to do our Saturday classes every Saturday. So that's how you engage communities. You reach out to people who have similar values, and together you guys are stronger. Together you guys can flourish. AFL Go. The amazing thing about this is that I purposely created the shirts, but every shirt has a special message. The first one we did, it said overcome resistance. The other one said inspired by movement. Another one said team, together everyone achieves more. There's another one that says empowering everyone to live their best, and the fourth one, the one I'm wearing, is believe. The cool thing about this, it allows people to know they're part of something greater, not just themselves. The fact that you see people taking pictures, wearing their shirts nice and proudly. There's this cool story. This one got me really good. She was at a 14-mile hike. She texted me after her hike. She's like, Jose, I was at mile 6 out of 14. You don't understand. I wanted to cry. My legs were hurting. I was in pain. I was sweating. But guess what? I looked down and I read the shirt and it said believe. And when I read that, it set up fire and it allowed me to just keep going, keep going. And when I saw that, I knew this was a perfect way. Because the fact that we can just walk around, it's like free advertising. The fact that you can walk around and just read something encouraging and positive is such an amazing feeling. So this is another way we bring people together and encourage our communities, is through the encouragement of just positive messages and shirts. Community outreach and gathering. So we really try our best to participate in local events outside of our community. We've gone to the city's 5K. We've gone to Azusa's Golden Day Parade, which is a parade down the middle of the whole city. We've done 5Ks, we've done hikes, we do karaoke nights. We've also support local businesses, fundraisers. We try our best to get involved because truly we want everyone to join us in this journey because nothing worth doing can be done alone. And finally, social media, big one right here. The fact that we can use social media and use it as a way to reach a bigger audience. It's like where we get to share our videos, we share pictures, our testimonies. People really get to see what we're really about. We also do, we use a hashtag called AFAMVMT, which is hashtag movement. And when people click on the hashtag, it allows them to go straight into all the newsfeed and see what everyone's truly sharing. So the cool thing about Instagram and Facebook are the two key platforms we use. It allows us to stay engaged throughout the week. It allows us to keep each other motivated and encouraged. So this is another way through our strong online presence. And this is the power of a strong, sorry about that. And this is the power of a strong community. People get results. But this doesn't just happen with you alone. This happens through accountability, through the encouragement of a strong family. They not only get physical results, but the fact that everyone has someone to reach out to, the fact that they're happier, the fact that they get to hang out with others outside of the gym. And this is what it's all about. Building relationships and helping each other grow. You can't do it alone. Trust me, I tried, it didn't work. All right. And as leaders, we are here to serve. I truly believe there's a reason why we all are born with different strengths and weaknesses. Because the whole purpose of life is for us to tap into our strengths and help each other grow. It's like we're all just one piece to the big collective puzzle. And as leaders of our communities, It is our job to get those around us to tap into their strengths and get them to tap into their gifts so they can help contribute and help spread the message. We are all here for each other. Together we are stronger. Together we shall rise. Find yourself a strong support system, and I promise you it'll speed up the process. Remember, family is everything. Turn your test into your testimony, and leaders are here to serve. Got a quick poem for you guys. You guys are amazing. A dreamer, doer, and believer, committed to a promise, one word, overachiever. Once was lost, but now I'm found. An outside force out of my control completely broke me down. Destroyed, isolated, lost in my ways, the dream, the vision I could no longer portray. Slowly but surely, I fell for temptation. Before things kept me driven, fitness, family, prayer, meditation. Seeking for God, seeking for help, and then God sent a guide who challenged my actions, who spoke from inside. He brought back hope, confidence, realignment, and purpose. I've come to conclusion, fulfillment comes through service. I'm a learner, a gatherer who's inspired by movement, created a space to empower the wounded. Athletics for all, my life, my why, my reason. Believe in Him, take action, feed the people. I promise He's leading, I promise He's there. Tap into your gifts and show them you care. I'm here to bring hope, I'm here to encourage. Together we're stronger, together we'll flourish. Never forget, we're only learning, never failing. Don't be fooled by judgment. Don't be fooled by judgment. Break through your walls of insecurity and then life will be amazing. Remember this, nothing worth doing can be done alone. Turn your test into your testimony, rise up and earn your throne. I thank you all for your support. I thank you AFA fam for keeping me driven. But most important of all, I thank God Himself for allowing me to see for the gifts I've been given. Now I stand here today filled with gratitude and appreciation that we can all come together, we can change a whole nation. More than blessed, I thank my mom, I thank my dad, my AFA fam, Dom, Stella, Link, for this wonderful opportunity. Athletics for all, empowering everyone to prosper and pursue a healthy lifestyle through fitness, health, and community. God is good, and so are you. Find that fire within and just break through. Thank you guys. I really
Can you show them the shirt? What it says?
see the invisible.
See the invisible to the beautiful message.
You guys get it?
So after each of the speaker, we'll have 10 minutes or so for Q&A. It's a part where I highly encourage you to really ask questions pertaining perhaps either the presentation or how it might look in your context in the neighborhood, just to help each other dream. Like, I think I really value this part to hear what you're thinking. Just kind of go from there. So are there any questions? First question so far. Don't all fight to ask at once. Yes.
I have 2 dreamers in my congregation. Okay. But where are you now as far as, your status with citizenship, et cetera, et cetera?
We're still in the process. I would say that our biggest bet is once my sister turns 21, she can help my parents and my parents can help us. Yeah, but usually we renew it every 4 years. Yeah, it's like $465. You renew it every 4 years. But just the fact that we're able to, before I had the DREAM Act, I couldn't apply to any job. I was working under the table. I couldn't drive legally. And the fact that we get this opportunity to drive, just to drive, to apply to a regular job, like, it sounds cheesy, but it's such a blessing for someone like me, or I'm sure there's millions of us out there, But, I take it as an opportunity, as another blessing. I was like a reset button to my life, and I completely took advantage of it. Yeah, it was such a blessing.
Thank you so much for sharing that from your heart, because, for me, I came when I was young, and my parents became U.S. citizens, so I automatically became a citizen, so I didn't even realize how much I took for granted that I can just drive.
I mean,
Because I can just get a job.
it's honestly, I would say it's been my biggest blessing, just me knowing that I'm undocumented. It kept me away from trouble. I really had to stay in my lane and focus, because any little mistake, I can possibly get kicked out, So it's definitely been my biggest blessing. It's allowed me to stay driven, be consistent, and just work hard,
Thank you, Jose. Such a powerful message.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you for persevering in the midst of all circumstances. Dedication, you have a great opportunity to engage people from the community and identify them to the exercise of fitness. So may God bless you and give you the mission that you're having today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's cool that you can use, the fact that we can use movement, I can use movement as a tool to bring people together. That's just a tool, but the whole goal of it is to people to come together and just build relationships. And the fact that now everyone can hang out outside of the gym and just reach out to people for help, for encouragement, that's what it's all about, Fitness, the moving around, that's just a tool. Just like the shirts, just like social media, it's another way for me to bring people together.
One thing I would say is that every Saturday you meet with your team,
Yes.
and one good news is that ask them to join you at church and something really wonderful. A second day.
Well, we see each other throughout the whole week, but Saturday is kind of like our Sunday service.
Oh,
That's what it's
So do you find lots of opportunities to kind of pray for people or give some kind of spiritual encouragement through this avenue of fitness?
I haven't had the confidence to pray, but luckily there's other people within the group who have the strength to pray, and I've had them pray for the whole group. So after our parade, we all got together and I asked one of them, her name's Marie, she's actually sitting here. Yeah, I asked her to pray for all of us, and we do that. It was such a beautiful feeling to see all of us with our hands wrapped around each other in the presence of God, just appreciating everything, Yeah, yes.
Did you share about how one of the persons responded after Marie prayed? Yeah, can you share a little bit about the response?
So after we did the whole praying, one of them actually reached out to me and she's like, Jose, I just want to thank you. I've never really prayed like that. And the fact that we prayed, now I feel like I started praying at night and just say thank you to God and stuff like that. But it's just planting little seeds, and just planting those seeds, you gotta just nourish them each and every day, and eventually you'll see it flourish and see the beautiful creation,
With the success of AFA and Susan, are you planning to have people out, and what's the future for AFA?
So my ultimate goal is to open up my own facility and use that as a platform to inspire more people. But my ultimate goal is to reach out to middle schools, elementaries, and high schools, because I noticed that in Azusa, our city, none of the gyms reach out to any of these schools so they can get kids to get into, just to keep them away from the street. So my ultimate goal is to use that as a platform to reach out to elementary, middle schools, and high schools and get these some after-school programs and get them to start working out and just build these relationships and just allow them to pursue a better life.
Let me ask a question. Did you have any fear in engaging the community and having to overcome those fears?
I mean, there's always fear. You just gotta have faith and believe. The cool thing about me is that I didn't do this alone. The fact that the people within the AFA community believed in the dream and saw what I saw, community, family, they helped me build it. They helped me reach out to others, and I didn't have to do any marketing or anything. So when I saw them believe in it just as much as I did, I knew I let them down, and it just gave me that source of energy and encouragement to just keep going. I mean,
I think a lot of times when we start something new, like you have, day one is, like you said, there was 10 members from your family there. Talk about day 2, 3, 4, 7, where the family starts to, get discouraged, and, how do you keep that movement going? Or how did you?
There was like some Saturdays, there was maybe like 8 people, but I mean, it's part of it, Life it's gonna go up and down, it's never gonna be perfect, and that's when you're really being tested, that's when your faith is being tested. I wasn't just gonna stop just because only 8 people showed up on one Saturday. You gotta remain strong, have courage, and just continue the journey. Maybe it was just a little test on purpose, But luckily, I have a super strong family, and they never got discouraged. They were there every single Saturday, and yeah, thanks to them, I'm here,
And the family's here today, right? Your mom here. Wearing your shirts. Yeah. So I noticed you have some
Yes.
girls. What did you want to do with those?
I want to make sure you guys will listen.
I guess there's a test and you get a prize.
Alright. So what is AFA? Who wants to answer the question? What does AFA stand for?
Athletics for all.
Hey,
Alright, sure.
give a round of applause. Come on. You were next? Sure. Have no more? Okay. So what are the 4 strategies we use to engage the community and bring people together?
4. Your test is successful and leaders are here to serve.
Okay, I'll give it to you just because those are the big points, but alright.
Saturday training, community outreach, gathering, AMA girls.
Okay.
I tried, that's all I have. That's good.
What were the 2 platforms for social media we used in order to reach a bigger audience?
Facebook and Instagram.
Hey.
Alright.
Sweet. Now you guys can rock them, just spread the word.
Well, thank you, Jose, for sharing your story. It's an inspiration. I know every time I hear it, I remember the first time I heard the story, I almost tear up. We don't know what we have until we meet someone who's standing here and seeing how God is using them. So thank you.